means something to who? You had a career, Dad. Before the third comic book movie, before people started to forget who was inside the bird costume. You're doing a play that was written off a book 60 years ago for 1,000 rich old white people whose only real concern is going to be where they go to have their cake and coffee when it's over. No one gives a shit about you. And let's face it, you are not doing this for the sake of art. You're doing this because you want to feel relevant again. Well, guess what? There is an entire world out there where people fight to be relevant every single day, and you act like it doesn't exist. Things are happening in a place which you ignore, a place which, by the way, has already forgotten about you. I mean, who the fuck are you? You hate bloggers, you mock Twitter, you don't even have a Facebook page. You're the one who doesn't exist. You were doing this because you were scared to death like the rest of us that you don't matter. And you know what? You're right. You don't. This isn't important. You're not important. Get used to it. Nobody ever robs restaurants. Why not? Bars, liquor stores, gas stations. You get your head burned off sticking up one of them. Restaurants, on the other hand, catch up with their pants down. And not expecting to get robbed. Not as expecting anyway.
I bet you could cut down on the hero factor in a place like this.
Bingo. Same as banks. These places are insured. Manager? Don't give a fuck. He's just trying to get you out the door before we start plugging diners. Waitresses? Fucking forget it. No way they're taking a bullet for their register. Busboy? Some poor soul getting paid $1.50 an hour really gonna give a fuck you're stealing from the owner. Customers. They're sitting there with food in their mouths. They don't know what's going on. One minute they're enjoying an omelette, next minute somebody's got a gun in their face. See, I got the idea last liquor store we held up. You remember all those customers kept coming in?
Yeah.
You had the idea of taking their wallets. That was a good idea.
Thank you.
Made more money from the wallets than we did the register.
Yes, we did.
A lot of people come to restaurants.
A lot of wallets.
Pretty smart, eh?
Pretty smart.
It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing at the same place from last 18 years.
I have been standing with you. I have been right here with you, Troy. And I have a life too. I gave 18 years of that life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life, huh? What about me? Don't you think it ever crossed my mind to want to know other men? To lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities, to have someone make me laugh so I could feel good. You are not the only one with wants and needs. But I held on to you, Troy. I took all of my feelings, my wants, my needs, my dreams, my hopes, and I buried them in you. I planted a seed, and I watched and I prayed. I buried myself in you, and I waited to bloom. But it did take me 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky, and it was never going to bloom. I held on to you, Troy. I held tighter because you were my husband. And I owed you everything I had. Every little piece of me I could find to give to you. And upstairs in that bedroom, the darkness closing in on me, I gave everything I had to try and erase the doubt that you weren't the best man in the world. And wherever you went, I wanted to go, because you were my husband. Well?
The boy's suicidal, Harry. He's a walking dead man. Keeps talking about hell and purgatory.
When I phoned you yesterday, did I ask you, Ken, can you do me a favour and become Ray's psychiatrist, please? No, what I think I asked you was, can you blow his fucking head off? He's suicidal. I'm suicidal, you're suicidal, everybody's fucking suicidal. We don't go on about it, do we? Has he killed himself yet? No, so he's not fucking suicidal.
He had a gun to his head this morning. I stopped him.
This just gets fucking worse.
Well, we were down the park.
Let me get this straight. You've down in the park? What's it got to do with fucking anything? Let me get this straight. No, not only have you refused to kill the boy, you have also stopped the boy from killing himself, which would have solved my problem, which would have solved your problem, which sounds like would have solved the boy's problem.
That wouldn't have solved his problem.
Kin, if I'd killed a little kid, accidentally or otherwise, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. I would have killed myself on the spot. On the fucking spot, Kin. I would have put a gun in my mouth and killed myself on the fucking spot.
Yeah, but that's you, Harry. The boy has the capacity to change. The boy has the capacity to do something decent with his life.
Excuse me, Ken, I have the capacity for change.
Yeah, you do. You've got the capacity to get fucking worse.
Oh, now we're getting down to it.
Harry, let's face it. I'm not being funny and I mean no disrespect, but you're a cunt. You're a cunt now. You've always been a cunt. And the only thing that's going to change is that you're an even bigger cunt. Maybe have some more cunt kids.
Keep my fucking kids out of this. What have they done? You fucking retract that bit about my cunt fucking kids.
I retract that bit about your cunt fucking kids.
Insult my fucking kids. That's going overboard.
I retracted it, didn't I? Still leaves you being a cunt.
Yeah, I fucking got that. Jennifer, listen to me carefully. I do not lose. I will not lose. I am never letting you go. I own you. And I will drain you of your money, of your comfort, and of your self-respect. Not because I want to, not because I will enjoy it or because I planned for it, but because your people did not play by the rules. Now, you want to beat me? You come at me fair and square. You get me in a courtroom, you outplay me. You do not bring guns into a care home. You do not murder one of my friends. This is your life now, Jennifer. You were just another old lady in a care home with dementia, with arthritis, with incontinence, with no one. Except me. Jennifer, whoever the hell you really are, you are going to die here. Alone. And in terrible pain. I got arrested.
What happened?
I got into a fight in a bar down in Florida, which I was not the instigator for at all. But they worked up all this bullshit against me and they threw me in the pen for a couple months, and I didn't write to you because I didn't want you to get all upset about it. It was stupid. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry. But you want to know what? I can't keep running around doing stuff or not doing stuff because it's going to make you upset. Because then I come back here and I tell you all my fucking traumas and I get this wounded little I've let you down bullshit over and over again. And it cramps me. It cramps me. And I want to get out from under it. And here I am back in this shithole explaining myself to you again. And I realize I am in no position to say basically anything ever. But it's not like I'm down in Florida in some redneck bar having an argument with some stripper's boyfriend, and I think, hey, this would be a great time to really stick it to Sammy and get myself locked up for a couple of months.
It really is so good to see you.
It's great to see you too. There's something I don't understand though. You were alive this whole time. Why didn't you come back?
Well, I had to get out on my own and live my own life. And I did, and it's great.
We really needed you at home.
No one needs me.
Yes, we do. You were our leader, Simone.
Nikki, we've been through this. I'm not the leader. Skylar is.
Simone, she's tearing the business apart.
What?
She's running it to the ground. Pay cuts, cheap materials, layoffs, whatever she can do to get more money. If you don't do something soon, the business our parents built from the ground up is going to be destroyed.
I can't go back.
Why not?
You wouldn't understand.
What wouldn't I understand?
It doesn't matter. Kei roa te koe.
What?
Kei roa te koe. It's something I learnt here. Sometimes bad things happen.
Simone,
and there's nothing you can do about it. Why worry?
because it's your responsibility.
What about you? You're part of the family. Why don't you take on Skylar?
The business wasn't left in my name. Yours and Skylar's only. Don't you see you're the only one who can do anything here?
Sorry.
What happened to you? You're not the Simone I remember.
You're right. I'm not. Now are you satisfied?
No. Just disappointed.
You know, you're starting to sound like our father.
Good, at least one of us does.
Listen, you think you can just show up and tell me how to live my life? You don't even know what I've been through.
I would if you'd just tell me.
Forget it.
Fine. You're ambitious, aren't you? Do you know what you look like to me? With your good bag and your cheap shoes. You look like a rube. A well-scrubbed, hustling rube. With a little taste. Good nutrition has given you length of bone, but you're not more than one generation away from poor, white trash. Are you, Agent Starling? And that accent you've tried so hard to shed. Pure West Virginia. What was your father, dear? Was he a coal miner? Did he stink of a lamp? Oh, and oh, how quickly the boys found you. All those sticky fumblings in the back seats of cars. You could only ever dream of getting out. Of getting anywhere. Of getting all the way to the FBI.